Woody, did you watch The Ultimate Fighter? Episode 1 came out. It's Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. It's the only reason that anyone would ever watch that show.
Is
See
that the
Conor.
do what you're told line? I was irritated when I found out they edited away Chandler's response.
That's been in promos like for weeks. I don't know if that was part of it because the show, it is so chock full of ad breaks and nonsense. And here's I watched most of it. They spend so much fucking time with each fighter, like getting their backstory, like they're going to be Rocky Balboa. And this guy's like, everything's on the line. My family's counting on me. My pregnant wife needs me. My little son with his prosthetic hand, you know, and this, that, and the other, knocked out in 9 seconds. And it's just like, shit, man, maybe don't like pump these people up so much for the backstory if they're gonna just get smoked. Conor was
9 seconds.
Shucks. It was like his fighter. Yeah. It's fast.
I did read that someone was knocked out in 9 seconds. I didn't realize it was the Ultimate Fighter. I was like,
yeah. Oh no, it's the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, there was an event last week, but man, I can't watch that show. It reminds me of the worst reality shows with all those fast cuts, lots of editing, and like the music that's trying to make it's not that what's happening isn't interesting. They're picking teams. You know, it's like fucking kickball rules. We're picking teams. But god damn it, I don't need all that music and those quick cuts and it's like, dude, it was either A or B. Don't act like B is such a fucking shock. Like, you know,
speaking of reality shows, just last night I was scrolling around Hulu and I hadn't watched some retarded reality in a while, and there was this one suggested show called like I don't remember the specific title, like The Princes of Pain or something. And it's like literally guys whose the whole show is they follow around bugs with the scariest, worst stings and then let themselves get stung by these bugs.
There's a YouTube channel based around that.
Yeah, it's like a worse version of what Coyote Peterson used to do. And it's like, because they're like 40-minute episodes and it's exactly what you would think. Like the intro is like 15 minutes of them like driving around talking about like, dude, this is gonna hurt. And it's like, dude, I can't even imagine how much this is gonna hurt. And it's like, dude, what do you think's gonna hurt the worst about it? And it's like, well, the thing you need to know about it hurting is that it's gonna be bad. Like people go into this thinking it might not be that bad. What you got to realize early on is it's gonna be bad. So like the hurting,
how bad do you think it'll be?
How do you overcome it, dude? I don't even get me started on how bad I think. And it's like I'm watching it like. Like how much time can be taken talking, like just speculating on the pain. Dude. And then there's like side little things where it's like, this is the bullet ant, and like showing like cool little things about it. But it's like, you know, I'd watch a better show about bugs if I wanted facts. And then of course it all just gets to like, and at the end of the day, it is a bug. Please remember this. And so like, it's not a snake where it goes, and then there's a bunch of blood coming out. At the end of the day, it's a horrifying looking bug that does a tiny little pinprick, and then you got guys going, ooh, oh, that's bad. Shoot, that's a bad one. That's a bad one. And it's just like zooming in, and they're like, you see that right there? Well, you can't really see where it's stung, but like, you see it's kind of a little bit red right there. No, wait. No, it was over here is where it was. And it's like,
no, it's the other hand. No, this hand.
It's not impressive. Like the look isn't impressive. And it's just it's what the Jackass guys talked about. I think it was Steve-O back in like Jackass 2 who said the ideal Jackass stunt is something that looks enormously painful but isn't. And the worst stunt is something that's enormously painful that doesn't look painful. And that's what this bug show is. Like, I get it's painful as shit, but watching someone get pricked, it's something of pain, maybe Masters of Pain. It's not Princes of Pain. That's a better name. But, yeah, it's fucking retarded. I watched one episode, and you watch one, you have a total understanding of where that series is going.
There's a reality TV show called Tanked, right? And it's about this company that puts in fish tanks. Jackie got to watching it. She watched all of it, and there is so much fucking content. There are fewer episodes of Friends than there are of Tanked. This thing was on for the longest time, and it is all the worst of the worst reality show tropes. The big thing that irritates me are like the voiceover of urgency and the false urgency. Like the voice, like, oh my, they're trying to tell you like, I hope these two pieces of acrylic are watertight. Like, don't you do this? Isn't this your fucking thing? Why are you hoping and praying that this holds water? This is your whole gig.
Yeah.
I think I've
and they put these like, I'm sorry, Kyle. The big thing that the whole show seems to revolve around is like, we only have 2 weeks to get this done. Or what? This is a running restaurant that's 13 years old. What happens if you take 2.5 weeks to put your tank in? Then what? What? Nothing, fucking nothing. Yeah. There's no reason you're all stressing and screaming at each other and families squabbling and this and that. And then, there are the conversations that like the two leaders have with each other. Are we going to get it down in time? You better fucking hurry up. You better let a fire under this guy. And there's jump cuts for every guy's talk. So there's clearly 2 cameras, like big ones sitting on some guy's shoulder or tripods as they film this conversation, which just makes it so inauthentic to me. I can hardly tolerate it. And then the last bit is a bit of fish nerdery where it's like, what? Like they just put water in that and now they're putting like 397 inches of fish. It's not cycled. They're all about to die. They're all about to die. There's no filtration. It takes a little while for this thing to get established. Like I have a new tank coming. And because of that new tank, I have to like cycle these new rocks. It's in a tub right now. It's been in a tub for 37 days so far. And it'll be months old by the time I start this tank because that's what it actually takes.
Yeah, I've heard that it's like the Pimp My Ride, but with fish tanks. So that they're making things that are just for the 22-minute episode or whatever. Like that's all any of this matters for. And we've seen the vehicles from Pimp My Ride like afterwards, how they just fall apart. Shit's glued on. But there's fish that die though, so I kind of feel bad, I guess. I would like to see. Here's what I would like to see if I was going to do an episode of that show. I want to see an extreme lobster tank. I want a fish restaurant with like the most like badass lobster tank ever. I might care about that, but otherwise, you have to be it's a real niche audience, I would think, that cares about fish tankery.
Yeah.